Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another Delusional Debaters podcast where my microphone is still unbelievably quiet, and I have no fucking clue what the topic is. In today's episode, we'll be having our first guest on the show, Mugi, followed by our co-host Khanh, Kat, and then Adel. You will be noticing a new format that we're using to make editing a little bit easier. I lied. This doesn't make editing easier at all. It looks terrible right now, but just bear with me. Other than that, there's nothing much to say, so let's get straight into the video.
More significance than the other.
Alright, do you guys agree with the statement? Because I agree with you. The
Did you
statement.
just say I agree with the statement because I agree with you?
Okay, just give me.
Actually, I'm not gonna do introduction because I think it's better if I just do the introduction after the recording.
Rest and sleeper introduction.
Yeah, fuck the
Oh
introduction.
yeah, some everything. Today this episode will be blah.
Leon, your voice is so cringe that I couldn't do it anymore, man.
You want me to change
What
it?
up, man?
Yeah, I'll change it for you.
I know you're the literal definition of cringe, man.
I'm sorry, bro. I went to the beach once. Chill.
Alright, let's take it back before we turn this into a bullying Adele session.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a bowling Adele session. Everyone loves it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, I don't know Adele. It's just really fun sometimes, you know.
No, it's always fun, bro. Not sometimes. It's always.
I think Leon has some things he planned for us today, so
Yeah, we do have a guest on the show. Welcome, Mugi. We don't
Thank
really
you.
have an actual show host, but you know.
it works.
we forced Leon to do it, man.
We're all idiots. There's nothing you can do about that. But
I don't want to be.
yeah, welcome. And I'll get on to like the first question that I had. I was thinking about this like in the middle of the night. Or, I don't know why, but what is the best way you would say to get a girl?
Yeah, that's some personal stuff right there, Leon.
Yeah.
No. Can you tell us how you got yours, bro?
What do you guys think?
Guys, that's gonna make me cry. I don't want to cry today.
Oh well, you better start manning up, boy.
Yo, shut up, bro. I'm not gonna be a simp.
Okay, well you guys start. What do you guys think?
Go for it. Anyone.
This mama es muy bonita.
No, you're the one here with the most, experience. You
Dude,
should
that's
start to
Leon.
get.
Leon has the most experience.
I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
So-
Leon, you should talk about this.
Why
Come
me?
on.
I
You
thought-
have a lot of
He's the one with the six-pack abs. I'm literally almost four-pack.
You're more muscular than I am, and you're 10 feet taller, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty true, man.
you shut up, answer the question.
Yo, I don't care, bro. We're not talking about no abs and muscles. We're talking about girls, man.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
is
you got.
I mean,
I've
like,
only had two in my lifetime.
so?
Well, you know what? I feel like okay, so it's a really broad question. Like by get a girl, do you mean like get a partner, girl,
Yeah,
like girlfriend?
I mean,
No, I didn't get one pregnant.
not really like in marriage or anything.
Okay.
Just maybe dating wise.
Well, okay, but like get a chick by your side, right?
Yeah, I guess. Be a pimp, you know.
Yo, why are we talking about this again, Leon?
Why not?
You know, to be honest though, with questions like this, it's like people aren't something to be won over. Rather, it's more like I think for a healthy relationship to spark, I think there has to be mutual respect. Side. I don't think it should be about getting someone, but rather, earning a healthy relationship. Friendships are almost like actual romantic relationships, I'd say.
So,
They involve the same things.
how would you
Get friend zone.
how would
Yo,
you
shut up, bro.
get yourself in a healthy relationship then?
Well, it just starts with meeting someone, but to get yourself into a healthy relationship, you have to build up, respect between both sides first. I think that's
No, I believe it's trust in the beginning. It's always trust that comes first.
Trust.
Because, without trust, you literally can't have anything. Because, the person
I
would
say
be
interest,
awkward.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
No, okay, interest is kind of weird, though. It's like, we're not talking about attractiveness, In a relationship, you have to have communication. You know what I mean, guys? Without communication, it's, literally nothing.
Yeah, no, you know a lot about communication.
Shut up, bro. Yo, we don't talk about that, man.
Well, I don't know anything. So you want to elaborate on that?
Okay, so basically, what I mean by communication is I'm a self-confident guy. I really don't care what people think of me, so I just go up to random people and talk to them.
Alright.
Like, I get like friends easily. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, like, you know, we're talking about getting a girl here. Like,
Or
you
having
just
the
can't-
ability to interact with another person.
Okay, the first thing that comes up is attractive, like how attractive you look, because that's what sparks it first. So you gotta look good. You know what I mean? Because they don't know what your personality is. So after a while, once they know the personality, you don't gotta look good anymore. Well, you still gotta, you still gotta look good, but you gotta.
You gotta look somewhat decent.
So you
You
gotta
gotta
look
look
good, but you
decent
don't gotta
enough.
look good, you know?
You know?
That's the thing, though. When you start relationships, like how Adele described it, I feel like it's very conditional. Like when you have to perform for the other person to like you, when there's an aspect of performatism, it's very conditional. And while conditional friendships aren't really toxic, they're not necessarily healthy. They're not really. It's like I benefit from you, you benefit from me, or you look good for you, you look good for me, I look good for you. Conditional friendships, I would say they aren't real friendships. And if you want a healthy relationship, I feel like not only does there have to be trust on both sides, there has to be a mutual respect and understanding as well.
No, that's friends with benefits that you just described, but like the other thing
my
is
God.
not.
Friends with benefits. That's a really
No,
strong
no,
term.
no, but like that's what she defined it at first, but now like it's defining it into something else.
Boy,
I mean, I don't like friends with benefits because I believe, in my opinion, that's retarded, stupid.
Friends with benefits.
well, friends with benefits can mean two things, okay? People think of it, usually when people say friends with benefits, they think of two friends who talk to each other because,
Media.
Yeah,
It helps.
yeah.
And the other friends with benefits is getting something from someone, and and then that person getting something from someone and giving something to someone.
It's not like we're not talking about actual relationships, because to actually have one, you have to be ready. If the other person isn't ready, it's gonna fall apart.
Okay. So.
Okay, because like,
Well,
say,
that was a question about the healthy relationship thing.
yeah, I mean, say like you still like them, the other person likes them, but they're not ready to commit, and then later on, you just come out of nowhere, and then, yeah. If
Well,
you
it doesn't
come out-
have to be romantic for it to be deemed healthy or not,
Well, it doesn't have to be necessarily, but it's all about trust and communication. Whatever the partner feels, the other person has to know, to at least help.
Exactly. I share that sentiment as well.
Because if someone, okay, just like the other person really cares about the other person, right?
Yeah.
But like, without the communication part, the other person would feel guilty because they wouldn't be able to provide help for their partner and all. It has to be equal. It's not like one person has 75% of the power and the other has like 25%. It's 50-50.
Oh.
That's called a one-sided relationship.
Yeah.
Adding
Well,
on
that's
to-
a toxic relationship right there.
Oh, so immediately if it's a one-sided relationship, this is a toxic thing.
So no, well, if someone has too much power in a relationship, that's basically toxic.
Well,
Yeah, I actually agree with that as well, Adele.
Yeah.
In a friendship or any relationship at all, one person shouldn't be more important than the other person, and
It
one
should be
person,
mutual.
one person shouldn't care so much about the other person while disregarding themselves, because in friendships or relationships in general, it has to be two-way. One person goes to the other goes to the other. You know what I mean? So really, it has to be balanced. That's why I say mutual respect, so things like that don't happen.
So
There's a lot of things that has to be meant to become in a relationship, stuff like that.
Actually, I once knew this guy. We met over the internet, and we both shared interests with each other, and it got toxic when it became more about him and what his day was. And this person, he wasn't really stable as well. So when I was talking to him at some point, he was like, hey, if you don't do this and this, or if you don't go out with me, because he liked me at the time, he was like, I'm gonna kill myself, stuff like that. That's really toxic.
That's
Because if you look at it from a macroscopic view, you can see that in essence this is an example of a person being held
accountable for the other
at
person.
power than the other person in a relationship. And I guess I feel like the root of all toxic relationships is when one person has more importance or more significance than the other.
All right, do you guys agree with the statement? Because I agree with you. I also have a story to tell. But like, do you agree with the
Did you
statement?
just say I agree with the statement because I agree with you?
Okay, just give me a second, boys. I'm still trying to handle things. I don't really like talking about this stuff because I don't want to be reminded.
Go ahead.
No. Okay, anyways, I agree with that, but like, the thing is, to actually have a really good relationship, do you guys agree with this one statement that there's always going to be fighting no matter what? Like, you can't. A relationship without fighting is like, literally, it's rare. It's exotic.
Yeah, of course, because everyone is different. You know what I mean? And having different opinions and different views is just what comes with the package. But even if you have different views, it doesn't mean you can. It doesn't mean that you have to lose respect. You know what I mean? For one another and the other person's view.
As in for my story right here, boys. So basically, this is what really happened. So, like, first day of school, I started at a brand new school, didn't know anybody. I saw this one person, one girl. She was attractive. So I started talking to her a lot. But then at the end of the summer, I realized I'm not going to see her. So I asked for her phone number, and I was really happy when she gave it to me. We started talking a lot, and then she trusted me a bit more to tell me about her personal life. And it was really fun and interesting to talk to her and, like, help her out. Then I told her, I liked you. Do you feel the same? We don't have to go into something, like, if you're not ready and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, I understand. Let's just be friends. I even said, let's be friends. And then, like, 2 months later, we were together. Like, we were actually boyfriend and girlfriend. We defined ourselves. We mentioned ourselves. We started doing things. I was happy.
Mhm.
And then later on, she didn't tell me, but she told her ex because, she trusted him as well. And they still talked. I was fine with that. I wasn't mad or pissed. That she felt guilty for dating me for 1 week. Like, that kind of made me feel impudent and, like, bad. It made me feel like trash. Not gonna lie.
Well, if you're not okay, so if comfortable with sharing, you don't have to. But do you know what guilt was for?
Yeah, because she didn't feel the same way, like the way I felt for her.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then later on, we realized that okay, and I was fine with it. I suppose in a way, I was trying to cope. But like in reality, I wasn't. But then I think 3 weeks later, my phone broke. I didn't text her, and then later on, I added her on Discord because, well, my phone was busted and I wanted to talk to her. We had like a 3-hour, 2-hour conversation and stuff like that. And then later on, she told me that she still liked me. And then we got back together, and then everything was normal. But in reality, later on, as the months progressed, for 2 months later, problems arose, such as my friends telling me that she didn't feel the same way as me because she was pulling away. She didn't want to talk about her feelings. Like, she said she was sad, depressed. I wanted to help. I felt like trash. She said that you didn't have to know what was going on. You don't have to know that I'm sad. You don't have to help. You don't need to know that. And I felt like trash, and I got really mad. So I said, fine then. Fine. We had like an argument for about an hour, and then 2 hours later, I apologized, and I said, hey, what's going on? She said nothing. And then we had another argument. I said, let's call. We called. I said, David and my other friends told me that we should break up, and she left the call. And she's like, I can't handle this anymore. I'm like, I'm sorry, I really like you and all. And we became friends, that's all, and then we're done. We just dipped. After COVID, we stopped talking for 2 months. I came back into her life. We talked. I asked her to hang out. She didn't want to hang out 3 times. I asked her today, and I'm not sure she's going to say yes. But like, what I realized is I was doing it wrong because in reality, I'm not her friend. She doesn't want to be friends with me or best friends. I'm basically an acquaintance at this point. But right now, I just want to earn her trust and be there for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind that, if even if you really care about someone, if that person's not going to give you the same care back, really, I really, I don't think you should. It's worth it, going after the person, because, at that point it might just develop into something toxic as well. You know what I mean, Adele? So, you know what? Like, you're being nice to her, and I bet that she's not a bad person either. But if she really doesn't want to associate with you, maybe you should, move on as well. And it's a gradual process.
It's not about moving on or anything. The weird thing is, it's just like I wanted her to talk to me, like at least tell me if she wanted me to leave her alone. That's all I care about. Like, I have the self-confidence, and when I was with her, I was like a little baby. Like, I was scared of everything, scared of losing her. But right now, I'm not scared of anything. Like, I'm just my regular spunky self. I'm going out with friends, hanging out with people, meeting new people, interested in my life again. I feel
well, that's good.
energetic. I feel good. But the weird thing is, if she tells me that she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, I had to understand, and I'd stop talking to her. But like, she has to at least say something. I'm fine with anything.
Well, take your time, but that's good that you, especially how you said you're interested in your life again. That's a really good thing. Actually, I was talking to this other person yesterday, who said they no longer have interest in their life, and so they're ready to pass on. Man,
Pass on.
I've never had a thought like that.
Well, some people develop those thoughts because of parent abuse or just like something that's going on in their life. I know what those thoughts feel like because I had them before.
No, I mean, I've had my fair share of depressive thoughts as well, but I've never had the mindset of where you're just content with how everything is, and so you're ready to not do anything. You're not really unhappy, but you're just kind of...
Or like in the middle of everything, you're just like tranquil.
Yeah, you're just tranquil, but it's almost a very Buddhist mindset, if you ask me.
Buddhist.
Like,
Man.
have you seen? Oh my gosh. Okay, have you seen the lifestyle of Buddhist monks?
Yeah, bro, that's scary. Like, it's crazy how they do it. It's like, it's not
Right.
weird.
Buddhist monks. Okay, so I actually lion dance, right? So for people who don't know what lion dance is, basically all Asian cultures have this thing called Lunar New Year's, and it's usually celebrated with what is called lion dancing, where people get into what essentially is a costume of what looks like a dragon and start dancing around. I bet you've seen it around before, but anyway, I digress. So I lion dance, and like 80% of the time my team is booked by monks, and it's really fascinating the way they live. First of all, Buddhist monks, they have their hair shaved off because it's a belief that you're not supposed to in Buddhism, there's supposed to not be a sense of self. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
when you believe that you are something, and that you are a person, that you have your own integrity, when you believe that, you create a sense of ego.
Oh.
And Buddhism is kind of, the practice is really depends, but it's very centered around not being anything. And so then the way they live, it's crazy. So they shave their heads off. They also eat the same thing every day, and they don't own anything, and they spend their whole lives helping other people out. Honestly,
No.
I don't know how they do it.
So, I need to ask this real quick though.
Not having desires. It's crazy.
Buddhism is like, it's a spiritual, it's not a religion, it's just a belief that someone passed on from a way, way long time ago. It's just crazy how everything goes like that. It's whack, but I mean, it's not like I believe it or anything like that. Some people have their own beliefs and stuff like that. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, Buddhism in a way is actually, if you think about it, it's really huge lifestyle as well. Not all, it's okay. So textbook definition, it's classified as a religion, but I see it more as this lifestyle.
I thought it was a spiritual belief.
Yeah, it's a spiritual belief too.
What makes you guys say it not call it a religion though?
Well, it's not technically a religion because a religion is basically a culture and a widespread. It's like a whole community. Buddhism isn't a whole community. Not everyone wants to be tranquil. Like Buddhism takes a lot of effort. It's a huge effort. Like it's a huge commitment too. So I'm not sure it can be classified as a religion so much as a spiritual belief because Buddhism can be described as many things, such as even like Judaism and stuff like that, you know?
You know what? I see where you're going. You know what? I can agree with that sentiment. And honestly, I feel like, because in a lot of religions, like for example, let's say Islam or Christianity. In those religions, you're always encouraged to, pass the religion and spread it, right? Like we've seen it in history, how people have conquered lands and sailed the seas under the pretext of, spreading the religion and whatnot, right? And the reason why it's so hard for me to call, Buddhism just a religion is because while it is a combination of a bunch of belief systems, Buddhism in a way is really more with lifestyle, and a lot of its fundamental teachings come with understanding, taking actual logic from the world and applying it to a cycle. It's really hard for me to explain, but okay, so if you look, sorry if I'm rambling, but if you look back in history, when the Silk Road had been established, you know how Buddhism was going around and people were adopting it?
Yeah.
So with Buddhism, I feel like the reason why Buddhism was so attractive at the time was because it was a religion that people could walk into themselves, because Buddhism wasn't about learning about these deities and these stories and knowing these figures that you have to know in order to practice it. Buddhism was more like approaching it into the lifestyle. You know what I mean? I think that's why it was so attractive when it first came out.
Buddhism was I read it somewhere in AP World that Buddhism was established by one person. It was a belief that was going on. Some people in the city or a village, I believe that he went to a village, he had followers that really cared. When he died, his beliefs were passed on to one person that kept moving on forward. And the belief of Buddhism was spread through many roads. It's like a whole journey. It's crazy. It's like Judaism, Hinduism, and all that stuff.
Well, Buddhism is different from Hinduism in that. So a lot of people, when they think of Buddhism, they think that we all worship the Buddha, but
No, it's not that, bro. It's like to find self-righteousness.
Yeah, it's not worshiping Buddha at all. Actually, it's actually following his following the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean by following the way?
It's like to find your own path to spiritual enlightenment.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a sense, that's what it is. Buddhism is not at all about worshiping. It's worshiping a god or worshiping the Buddha or whatever is actually discouraged when you practice a religion, because Buddhism is about selflessness, not having desires and not having an ego, right? And essentially what you're doing when you worship the Buddha, or like how Buddhists see it when you worship a god, is that this all-knowing, this all-being God that you love so much and that is supposed to love you so much has a sense of egoism because you are praying to him. You know what I mean? That's how Buddhists see it. That's why, you should never say to a Buddhist person who is a Buddhist, you worship Buddha, because that's actually goes against the whole ideology of what Buddhism is, which is not having a sense of ego, letting go of desires, and essentially going back to the ground. And enlightenment is kind of when you break this cycle of want and need, and so then you no longer have an attachment to the world, and so essentially you're free from the struggles of the world. That's why they say all life is suffering.
So basically, in a way, Buddhism is everyone's equal. There's no ego. It's a lifestyle. It's a habit that's really hard to keep up.
Well, that would be hard, but it depends on the person, how they think and how they approach life.
Like a new follower would just be difficult. It would be difficult for them.
Well, I think a lot of people who subscribe to the idea of Buddhism come because it's, in the first place, it's because it's a sentiment of just letting go. You can even you don't have to be religious to apply some of the teachings of Buddhism either. Like, for example, expecting things from your friends, right? Like, let's say I give Khanh a League of Legends skin, right? And then I expect him to give me one back, right? Like, in Buddhism, if you were to apply the logic there, you'd be, okay. So a lot of the things that are discussed are expectations, and expectations come from something you desire. So I desire being given, let's say I desire giving something to someone and expecting them to give me something back. That's me desiring the outcome where they are repaying me. You know what I mean? But if you were to apply the logic from Buddhism that you need to let go of these desires, because when you get expectations and you don't get what you want, you become sad and you become hopeless. But if you never had those expectations in the first place, maybe things would be much better. So, you know what? I kind of apply that logic too. I don't get angry when people betray me. I don't get angry when friends betray me because, to be honest, I never expected someone to go all out, be a super good person, in the first place. It is what it is.
There's no such thing in this world. There's no way.
Speaking of subscribing, you should hit that subscribe button.
Isn't that
if
like
they want to subscribe,
isn't that like a dark way of thinking though? A little bit depressing. Because
it's how you see it. You know what? Like, it really depends on how you see it. For me, to be honest, I appreciate having friends and I appreciate having everything and I'm happy. But, I always have, I never expect to be given anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is freedom too, just not expecting and not getting hurt. You know what? I'm happy like that too. So
Okay.
I think it's fine. People can think however they. I feel like you should only approach the mindset if you're independent enough though.
Independent enough.
That's it. Who knows, man? You still got
Next question.
Me myself, I don't really know anything about religion. I've always seen myself as an atheist.
Wait, hold up. Was that a question? Was that a question?
No, he's adding on. Oh my god, let him
no. I have another question. In
Let's go, Papi.
what way can lying be helpful for you?
Line?
Yes.
The app?
Oh, that's.
Lying.
Yo, let me go.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, man. Okay, so basically, I was watching. I got interrupted. Feels bad.
Sorry.
Now I don't feel like sharing anymore.
No,
Thanks so much, Mugi. Thanks.
What's wrong with you, man? Just stop,
Yo.
please.
I got shot, bro. Chill. Anyways.
What?
Okay, anyways. So basically, I was scrolling down a YouTube video. And I was like looking for dogs. I was just like,
Dogs.
I admire dogs. They're very adorable, man. They're cute. Anyways, so this little boy was lying to his dad about where he was going every single day, like after school, because he told his dad that he was going to his friend's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he noticed that some food was missing from his house, so one day he decided to follow his son. But what he noticed, like, really shocked him, because his son was feeding like puppies, like they were literally starving to death, like anorexic dogs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, he was lying in a way to protect the. You know, that's one way. It's beneficial. It's like to help others. I feel like that's the only way to lie. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people say that deception and lying are bad things, and you know what? I don't think you should ever deceive someone, but when it comes to protecting someone and helping them, I really I can see why it's gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of the author Aeschylus?
Aeschylus.
No, what's that?
Have you heard of the story of Oedipus the king?
I've heard.
He sounds familiar.
Is he the guy
I've heard of
who
the
got,
story
like,
of
naked?
Scargo.
He got naked or something because he,
No, you think of the emperor's.
No, dude, that's a different thing right there.
he got
No,
I
but
don't. Okay, so
have you heard about the story of this guy whose parents tried to get rid of him because it was a prophecy that he would kill the dad, marry the mother, and later on he becomes a king, and then it turns out that he did kill his dad and marry his mother.
wait, he married his mother.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Wait, you guys haven't heard of Oedipus the king?
No, I haven't.
That's incest.
Is it folktale?
Do you want me to go into it, or
Go
do
for
you?
Sounds like Greek, bro.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it's
It
good.
is Greek.
It's Roman based.
I've heard of it, but basically, I'm gonna just say it really, very condensed. Really gonna condense it. But basically, the story follows, this little. So there's this king named Oedipus, and he's gracious and he's great, and one time there was a sphinx. He's a king and he helps his people. So anyway, one time there was a sphinx. You know what the sphinx is?
Yeah, it's a
There's a cat.
basically no, it's an oracle.
Oracle. We got.
No, she's not an oracle.
No. Like in some. Okay, so basically, Sphinx can be defined as many things. One of these like not urban books, but like really old books that I've seen or read before. It basically describes Sphinx as an oracle that predicts the future. That's why it puts it as riddles. It says the riddles help tell the future, as in a way for like predictions. But like sometimes they can be defined as many things, such as a cat with wings, just to make it as a simple way of saying things.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I
The
get it.
Egypt people had those.
Yo, Egyptian people were pretty whack, man.
What do you mean, bro? Egypt people are cool.
Yeah, no. In a way, bro. They had the same beliefs as the Ottoman Empire. Basically, wait, not Ottoman. It was like an Aztec tribe where they murdered people for the sake of staying alive. They just like
Murdered people.
ripped the heart out and then drain it of its blood. It was
Did
really
they-
nasty.
Kill babies or something.
Ooh.
Babies. Oh, that's no. Okay, have you seen the movie Joseph?
Joseph.
No.
It's like an
Isn't there
Egyptian.
like a movie about this?
Is
Where
this
it's called
connected
like
to the
Apocalypto?
Bible in a way?
No. So Joseph was a movie on Netflix. Basically, Islam or like traditions of Egyptian people, in a way. Like the whole thing was based on Egyptian people.
Bro,
It
just
was
say The
kinda
Mummy,
weird.
man. That movie was popping.
Yeah, no one's talking about it. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. My mommy told me not to talk about the mummy.
Bruh.
What do you mean, bro? The Mummy was popping. You don't see the bugs,
Oh,
bro?
bro, my mommy didn't like the bugs.
Ugh, dude, it was weird.
Nasty. Anyways, basically they sacrificed babies to the alligator. That's the Red River, something like
Oh,
that.
so they actually sacrificed babies.
Yeah, they just threw the babies inside and died.
It's brutal.
Oh my lord.
That's another one. Is in a movie called Apocalypto. It's like a
Yeah,
Mexican
no one
tribe.
cares about the mummy, man. My mommy.
It's not
told me
the
not to
Mummy,
watch-
bro. This is
It's the Mummy.
Apocalypto.
Popular.
Bro, the mummy's in there.
It is?
There's no mummy, man. They have a giant ass temple and they took people up, and then as soon as the sun is like on top of the thing, they killed them.
Was this?
Yo, chill, bro. Liam doesn't want to beep you.
No.
He's gonna be
bro.
censoring that.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. This is history. You
The
can talk.
movie's called
Oh.
Apocalypto.
Oh.
Apocalypse.
Is this Egyptian or is that Aztec stuff?
It's Aztec.
It's
It's a
Aztec.
Mexican Aztec tribe. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So we got one tribe from Egypt that fucking sacrifices babies, and the other one stabs them when the sun comes.
Babies, delicious.
Humans
Damn.
were weird, man. That's a
Hey, chill. I was kidding, bro. I was kidding. Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
the Egyptian actually have like they're probably so bored, dude. They built a fucking pyramid.
Yeah, like how did they do that?
Yeah.
Why would you build a pyramid of all things, though?
Forced slavery. Forced slavery.
Yeah, slavery. Honestly, it's really not. It's really not that.
I don't know.
I don't understand how people can't see that
Because it's
slavery. Like, how is it impossible? Like, they had so many slaves under their hands.
Yeah, at the same time,
Like,
though,
Yo.
Imagine
chill.
having the time to build that giant ass pyramid just to build a fucking triangle.
not only have
I
they
mean-
built that weird triangle-looking thing, they had to plan that.
Are you talking about the Illuminati now?
I mean, like, look at the Great Wall of China. Like, it's so. It's so.
Yeah, that also took slavery.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that-
slavery.
As well, you know, like if someone could build the Great Wall of China, you know, and you know the Great Wall of China wasn't even built. It didn't even take that. You know what? It wasn't even that long of a time. While the have been making pyramids for like forever.
Yeah, but
You know what? I really don't see how it's impossible. People are like, oh my god, the aliens did it. Like,
Okay, no, going as far as
Yeah.
the aliens, that's a bit weird.
Bro,
What are
can
you
we get a
talking about,
5G
bro?
tower in the fucking pyramid, man?
Yeah, dude, come on.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. The Martians did it.
Nah, dude, that's not. You can't go that far. You know, humans.
No,
are
no, the
not
Martians
that
did it,
much.
Leon.
something
No, I don't know what you're talking about. The Martians did it.
that is the Stonehenges.
Don't
guys-
tell me.
Oh yeah, I know what those are.
Someone has to elaborate on this one freaking freaky show. It's basically where the guy just walks into a cow, like he goes into a farm, and later on discovers that the cows were actually aliens.
Cows were
Like,
aliens.
yeah,
Are you
like,
talking about cartoon, man?
well, yeah, no, bro. I'm not talking about cartoons.
That
It's
sounds
like a horror chick flick.
absolutely like idiotic.
You were gonna say absurd.
That
You're
is
gonna say
absurd. It still is.
What'd you say about my horror
Dude.
chick flick, man?
Cows are aliens.
You didn't know that?
No.
You know,
No.
humans actually only know. Okay, so humans only know 95% of all living creatures on land,
Oh,
and humans only know 5% of the whole ocean.
right. We still have.
No,
And-
the ocean is very vast and wondrous. It's a mystical being.
It's actually so like, oh my god, it's so fascinating how there can still be older like generations of humans still living. Have you guys heard of the Hobbit Man
The Hobbit
in
Man?
Indonesia?
What is he doing?
Indonesia.
You guys haven't heard of the Hobbit Man in Indonesia?
It sounds
The
familiar.
dude's
Let me find the
basically
picture.
the dude's basically an abductor.
Abductor.
He abducts
Oh
children.
my god!
What do we got
Is
here?
it? No, it's not that.
No. Okay. Well, okay, I think it's really fascinating. You guys should really add on to it. But so the Hobbit
I
Man
got a
in
picture.
Indonesia. So not too long ago, the skeleton of
Yo, that looks like a rapist,
What the
man. That's
fuck
the Hobbit Man. Yo, is that the Hobbit Man, Khanh?
bruh, the skeleton of an older living. How humans have. There's other. What are we called again? We're called
Primates.
Homo.
Homo.
Homo
Homophobic.
erectus.
Mammals?
Homophobic.
Well, anyway, so this wasn't. So they found the bones of an older generation human man or whatever in Indonesia, and what was so fascinating about this was that these bones, the state
said
that it
that.
was, it kind of shows that this person actually didn't die that long ago. So what's fascinating about that is that there could be other, older humans. Like it's still like a whole nother species of humans like living on this earth, and we wouldn't even know about it. And you know what? I subscribe to that idea. I believe it because in the Philippines, they actually recently found this cave. This really beautiful, magnificent cave. I forgot what it was called, but what they found in this cave was a fire pit, and what they found in the fire pit was that of like old skeletons and old bones of animals, and they also found like old bones of what used to be the woolly rhino
Rhinos.
in the Philippines, which was evidence that people used to live there, and if people used to live there, right? There's a high chance that there's other like older humans as well who are in this world just hiding amongst us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aliens.
It's really fascinating. Cryptids. Oh my god. Cryptids.
Are those people or different humanoids?
Different humanoids, but
Okay.
cryptids could be totally real. Like, you guys know Nessie, El Chupacabra, Mothman.
Hey, I love me the Bigfoot.
Yo, bro, you forgot my homie, the man.
Sasquatch.
Dude, no, you guys forgot the Megalodon, man.
The Megalodon was real though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking dead now.
What do you mean? Dude, you forgot about my homies, the dinos, too.
Dinosaurs. Dude, the dodo
Bro, they
birds,
dead
bro.
too. What do you want
But
about?
they're not cryptids. They're real.
No.
Bro, you
Okay,
want to see
fine,
yourself? You want a
fine,
modern
fine.
dinosaur? Look at the fucking chicken, bro. That's a raptor for you.
Yo, bro, why'd you kill my chicken, bro? The chicken died.
Wait, I've also been hurt. I've also been researching a little bit about dinosaurs because I got bored.
You know, there was like a dinosaur called the Leonosaurus Rex.
Have they been trying to connect dinosaurs to chickens?
No, it is
Yeah,
true.
Yo, chickens evolved.
Yeah.
Dinosaur
Yeah. It was.
Pokemon
So
evolution.
they recently discovered. I don't even know. Recently, maybe like 5 years ago, they recently discovered that the T-Rex had feathers on it.
That's well
Wait,
so
T-Rex
raptor.
has feathers?
Yeah, no, that's what I've been seeing. Like they connect chickens to the
The modern
dinosaurs.
raptor's the chicken, bro.
Yeah, so they
Bro,
started putting
the
feathers on the
chicken.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't know where I read this, but I remember chickens actually have
Towers.
genetic coding that are very, very similar to that of dinosaurs back in the old days.
Back in the old.
The olden western
So,
days
like,
were the way.
Do you think chickens are just smaller dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You know, dinosaurs went extinct for some reason, and I think it's
A rock hit them.
it could have been
A big rock exploded.
like if chickens are smaller dinosaurs, then it could have, because animals, they get bigger.
Yeah.
Like we've seen with natural selection and evolution, that animals they get bigger once when they move on top of when they move from the food chain and go up higher, right? I think maybe it's been like something happened, maybe that asteroid or comet hit, all their food sources were going down, and so then they were getting much smaller.
You want me to talk about cats now?
No, man.
Oh my god, did you know that did you know that there's actually no scientific support to show that cats have empathy or love,
Ugh.
have the
You know,
capacity
It
to love?
does make sense.
Cats are lazy, dude. Cats don't love. Bro, I fed this. Okay, hold up. I fed this one homeless cat, bro. It's like a kitten, man. It didn't love me, bro. It didn't love me at all, bro. I even took poop out of its butt.
What the
Like, I took poop out of its ass, man. It was like stuck to its tail. Like I was like, I feel bad for you, kitty. I'll give you a shower. So I pulled the poop right out of its tail, man. It wasn't grateful, bro. It scratched me. I gave it tuna. It still scratched me. You know what I did afterwards?
It's probably touch his tail.
Nah, bro. I put it back to the PetSmart, man. I gave it PetSmart.
God. You know what though? With cats, there was this one story where this owner had a cat, right? And I think she died of a stroke or something. And she was you can look it up, by the way. This is a real story. I think she was dead for like 7 weeks or somewhere around that. But anyway, when they went into her house, they found out that the cat had been eating her dead corpse.
That's a dog. No, that was a dog.
No, that was a cat.
No, there's a movie about this thing called
This ain't a movie, bro. This is a story.
Shut up, bro. No, like I think it was an actual real movie and story mixed together because it said it was an autobiography based movie. Anyway, so this lady and her husband were like into some weird kinky stuff. Like he literally
Can you
tied
not
her.
say that, man? What is wrong with you?
Alright, man.
Yeah, okay. He was into some weird. He was into weird. He's like role play where he tied his wife, something like that. And basically, the owner died. He like fell off the bed, and he died. And the dog just kept coming into the room to drink the the dead corpse of its master. Like he kept drinking his brains. It was nasty.
That's strange.
You know, I kind of felt like that was Jello because
Wait, what?
yeah. So that's basically what happened. The dude's retarded, and the dog ate his.
So is this like a vampire dog or something?
Bro, you
No,
talking
it's a
about
dog.
Cujo?
It's a regular
The
dog.
dog started sucking on some guy's blood. I don't know.
No, bro. Like the guy was dead. The brain like was split open. The head was open.
Oh god.
It was widely exposed.
You know
You
this
know
was
you do.
Bunnicula. Have you read those Goosebumps stories?
Oh, the freaking rabbit or bunny that was fucking evil or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched the whole season of Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, they had like a Netflix.
Or watch all the fucking TV episodes that's on Netflix.
Dude, the editing
Wait.
was so bad.
I know.
Other than that, it's already been like,
Ay.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I
Well,
blame Leon for all his impudence.
It's been 50
It
minutes.
was-
I can end the video right now. It's
yeah.
End it so I can talk about some weird stuff.
you know what? I might even like secretly record you about that weird shit.
Yo, come on, man! Yo!
Thanks for watching the video all the way through. How the fuck do you have so much time? But anyways, since you're here, you might as well leave a like or subscribe, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, make sure you do check out Mugi's shit. Her Twitter will be linked in the description below, followed by that Instagram. Even though none of the topics we covered relates to anything she can do a lot more than just line dance for sure. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with me?